Hello everyone, my name is Madison Gimpala, and this is my Women in Sports project over Uruguay for the fall of 2018. So in this corner, you will see a picture of the Uruguay map, where it's located, and just a fact about Uruguay, it is on the southeastern Atlantic coast of the southern cone of South America. Then we move right on in to population and structure of population. The estimated 2018 population of Uruguay is 3.47 million. The total amount of people broken down in Uruguay is males are 1,577,416. Females are 1,708,461. Like I said, that will bring you to a total of 3,285,877 people. An estimated 88% of people in Uruguay are of the European descent, and the median age for people in Uruguay are males of 32 years and females of 35.2 years. The ethnic group is as simple as can be, but I put this little graph here as well as wrote it out. Whites are 88% of the ethnic groups. Then we have the mestizo at 8% and black at 4%. Now we're going to go into the languages. There's a couple languages spoke in Uruguay. We're going to touch on the official and some of the non-official languages. The main language, the official language of Uruguay is Spanish. However, some people speak a language called Español Rupa Latinus, and some speak Vocio and Yusimio. Kind of like in the United States, people speak English here, but there's also more languages around the world. Just like in Uruguay, its main language is Spanish. However, other languages are spoken. Up here is the Uruguay flag. I thought it was very important to include that in my project, as you were talking about Uruguay. And then Español, just to remind you that the official language of Uruguay is Spanish. We're going to get into religion now, but before we start, this picture is just the Roman Catholic picture. Roman Catholics make up most of the population with 47.1%. Non-Catholics make up 11.2%. And additionally, 23.2% are not affiliated with any particular religion. However, they believe in the existence of a supreme being. So they may not believe in a God like everyone else, but they believe there's something bigger than themselves. And I think that is just fine. Everyone has the right to believe in what they want to believe in. Something I found interesting is Roman Catholics make up most of the population, but only 50% of Roman Catholics actually attend church and go to church. The other half either do their churching at home, where they feel like they are with God in their home, or they just choose not to go to church. Kind of like here in the United States, like some of us feel like we are just have to go to church on Sundays, and some just believe that if you believe in God, then you don't have to go to church. So I just thought that was an interesting tidbit to add to my project. Sports and cultural pursuits of the nation. Sports are basketball, rugby, boxing, horse racing, tennis, cycling, and soccer. Football, aka soccer, is a national obsession. First competed at the Olympic Games in 1924, where they won a gold medal, which we will talk about later on in this project. In 1930, they hosted the World Cup, which was won by Uruguay. We will also talk about that later on. This picture is of the Uruguay football, or as we say, soccer team. They had just lost, unfortunately, to Russia 3-0, but this is an updated picture of the men's team from 2018. Now we're going to get into the significance of sports in society. From an early start as a nation, sports have always been a really big part of the culture in Uruguay. It seems that soccer has managed to unite the entire country because it's kind of like football in America. Everybody rallies around it. And they really just support the athletes and support everything that the soccer teams, both men and women, do. And that's really cool because soccer just brings the country of Uruguay together. in a way, and I think that's very neat. In this picture, you can see the women's soccer team. They are in their blue and black uniform, which are their first colors, besides the goalie who wears red. And the second colors are all white. I have some information about the team. Their FIFA ranking, currently they are ranked 73. Their highest rank in 2008 was 55, and their lowest rank, which was in 2010, was 118. Some more facts. Their first international game was against Paraguay. They lost 2-3. Their biggest win was against Paraguay, where they won 4-2. And two of their biggest defeats was when they lost to Argentina 8-0 in April of 2003, and when they lost to Uruguay 0-8 in Colombia. When Uruguay lost to Colombia in 2004 0-8. So you see, their ranking makes sense because they don't necessarily have the best statistics right now. This is still a growing sport. It can still grow. They can still get their rank higher. But right now, I think it makes sense why they're ranked not so high, not so low, just kind of in the middle, because they're kind of just like an average team right now. But like I said, the sport's always growing. They can always improve. Opportunities for women. The National Institute for Women's Affairs was started in 2005, and it has launched gender equality policies. So women are finally getting to do what they've wanted to do but couldn't, and things that men have been able to do for years that they weren't allowed to do. Whether it be voting, working, it's just they're getting a taste of almost freedom. There's a very high proportion of women in the workforce. Yay, women are finally getting to work, getting to do things men get to do, and that is awesome. The legislation maintains that women in Uruguay have equal rights to power, authority, and privilege. Women are finally starting to get treated equally. Like I've said, this is a big step. It's really awesome to see women getting treated the way women should be treated. In this picture, you will see the Uruguay women's national field hockey team. They represent Uruguay in international field hockey competitions. It is controlled by, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say this properly, but it is controlled by Federación Uruguaya de Hockey sobre Césped. Sorry, that was so bad. Their FIH ranking, which is their ranking, is 24, and that was last updated in July of 2018. So that's a pretty good ranking, in my opinion. I mean, they're still growing. Like I said, with the soccer team, it's a growing sport. They can always improve, and I think it's pretty awesome that they have such a good rank. The most significant female sporting hero or event, I did both, but first I want to talk about this picture right here. This is Deborah Rodriguez, and I picked her for many reasons, but she really just stood out to me as awesome, like an awesome athlete, and that's why I picked her. She's a 25-year-old female hurdler. Her event is 400 meters hurdles. At the 2010 South American Under-23 Championship, she won a silver medal in that women's 400-meter hurdles. She also won 2 gold medals in the same event at the 2008 and 2011 South American Junior Championship. So she got her first gold medal in 2008, and then she went back in 2010 and she got a silver medal and wasn't pleased, so she went back in 2011 and got her gold medal. I think that is awesome. She also won a bronze medal at the 2011 Pan American Junior Athlete Championships. She competed in the women's 400-meter hurdle event at the 2011 Summer Olympics. However, she did not make it past the first round because she ranked 28th, but she didn't leave without making an impact. She broke the national women's record in hurdles. Her time was 57.04 seconds. The crazy thing to me is she broke her own record. She held the previous record, which was 58.63 seconds. That is one determined athlete, and I think if she decides to go back, she can beat that record again because she's just so determined. And this is a tidbit that I thought was kind of cool. She's also a model and has been modeling since 2013. She's not just letting herself be an athlete. She's a woman making a name for herself and not just athletics, which I think is awesome. She's a great role model because, yes, she's a model, but she's also an athlete. She's been through all these things, and I just thought that was a really neat tidbit. The most significant sporting event in Uruguay, in my opinion, would have to be the 1930 World Cup. And this is where the World Cup first began. How, you ask? It got into Uruguay as the first host. Well, Uruguay won the gold medal for soccer in 1924 and 1928 at the Olympics. That gave them the right to host the first World Cup, and they ended up defeating Argentina 4-2 in the final of the first Soccer World Cup. That's pretty awesome. And just some extra information to add to you guys. The traditional clothing for women in Uruguay is items like gachos, color ponchos, straw hats, brightly patterned scarves, and traditional barrettes. Out of all these items, the gauchos are the most popular. And fun fact, I owned gauchos in like 6th grade and they were super comfortable, but they ended up going out of style, so I don't own any anymore, but they were really comfortable. And the most common food in Uruguay is asado, which is the tradition of grilling beef over coals, which is basically barbecue in America. So if it's anything like barbecue in America, it's probably really good. So this is my Works Cited page. I hope you guys learned a little bit about women in sports in Uruguay and some fun facts about Uruguay. Thanks for watching.